Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin, and sorry about the previous video. My speaker wasn't on when I was recording, so I'm going to be filming this again, and this is about Selena Quintanilla. So let's get into the video. So basically, she was born to a Mexican American family in 1971, and basically it started out as a normal family, like a lot of them. And one day when she was a kid, she started singing, I'm guessing in a room in her house, but somewhere around there. And her dad heard her sing and was like, oh my goodness, my child can sing. And then another day, or that same day, he got all three kids to basically start practicing as a band. AB, which is the older sibling, I do believe, he played the bass. Suzette played the drums, and of course Selena, she was singing. And they basically, and after practicing so long, they performed at a lot of different places, like parties, weddings, all these different events they will go to. And there was one day that Abraham, the dad, he quit his job and opened up a restaurant. I don't remember what the restaurant name was, but the three kids would perform there for a while, up until the restaurant closed or was shut down. So they moved into their cousin's house, and they also lost their house at the same time the restaurant closed. So, of course, they still try to continue what they were doing, and they ended up finding a different house to live in. And so they, of course, it took a while for them to be performing and everyone to notice. So when Selena got older, like in high school, she ended up dropping out of school, like public school, to be homeschooled. So she was just homeschooled on the road, and she ended up graduating. And then after that, after a while, they stopped at a rest area and to eat, to use the bathroom, whatever. And I think it was Suzette that heard one of their songs on the radio. So she ran back and was super excited, like they won a Grammy, or at least something super excited. And then Suzette told everyone what happened, and everyone got super excited, like they ended up wanting to pee themselves excited. And after that, it was like, it was still hard for them to perform and everything, but they still made it on the radio at least. And then after hearing that and trying to make it through, they slowly started to become famous. And then, I'm guessing after a little bit from that, Abraham, the dad, wanted another guitarist or needed another guitarist, so AB suggested a friend, and that's when Chris Perez joined, and they let him audition, then he joined. Then, of course, for the first time after after Chris saw Selena, he fell in love. But of course, it took a little bit for them to actually know that they were in love, and they started dating. And then Selena's dad didn't approve, so he got kicked out, and then they hid their relationship. And then one day, Selena had enough, and they got married. Then it went on the radio, and then Abraham found out, and she wanted to leave him alone for a while, let him calm down, and then she can explain her side and why she did it. And then he still was upset, and he ended up learning that he should just accept it, and that she's a grown adult and she can make her own decisions. And then after a while, after she became, or at least they became so worldwide in Mexico and the US, I know Selena wanted to design her own clothes for a while, so she wanted to start that, and she wanted to open up her own boutique, and ended up opening 2. And one day, she hired a nurse, or at least a former nurse, named Yolanda Salvador. And so Selena hired her to become the fan club president and to take care of one of the boutiques and take care of the money and stuff like that. And then one day, Abraham called Selena to go in, I guess, to the record company, and Yolanda was called in afterwards, and Yolanda was caught in the act, basically, and she lied to them, saying that she didn't do it, she'll find out, blah blah blah. So then one day, after she became well known, and this is after Selena and Chris got married in 1992 or 92, but in March 31st of 1995, Yolanda called up and asked Selena to meet her at a Days Inn, and that was room 51, I do believe. And then after trying to get Yolanda to explain, Yolanda pulled out a gun and asked Selena to close the door. So Selena went for the door and then tried to escape, and then that's when Yolanda shot Selena. And then Selena tried to go to she was running to the main office, and she was shot in her right shoulder, and the bullet hit the vein that's right in here somewhere, and it skidded right above it to where a lot of blood came out. and everyone at the office called, at least one person at the office called 911. Ended up finding out it was Selena. And then the ambulance came, and then I assumed that she died in the ambulance or at the hospital. One of them. And that's basically my short story. Well, my story of Selena. But that's basically what happened. I just summed it up in a couple minutes. And I hope you guys like this video. And I hope you guys give it a like or comment or share it. And I do appreciate it very much.